right, thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight we're learning about how to use Pronunciator, which is our language learning app that we offer here at the Keller Public Library. If you've been to one of my tutorials on our digital resources before, this one's going to be a little bit different. I don't have any slides or anything to show you, so I'm just going to give you a straight up tour of the program and let you get an idea of what it would look like when you're using it yourself. The way to access Pronunciator is going to be through the Keller Public Library website, which is what you're seeing the homepage of that website right now, cityofkeller.com/services/library. And you'll see these tiles. If you scroll down, you're looking for the one that says digital resources. If you click on that, it's going to open the digital resources page. It has a whole bunch of new tiles. And you want to find the Pronunciator tile. That's this one here with the Pronunciator logo on it. So we're going to click on this. Now, if you're at home, it may at some point prompt you for your library card number. But if you're using the library's Wi-Fi or one of the library's computers, it'll just get you right in. So there's a few ways to get access in from here. We have what you can see is instant access. We can also register and create an account. If you choose instant access, it's exactly what it sounds like. It gets you in right now. But there's no tracking of like your progress, no customization, nothing like that. Whereas if you register and create an account, it does track your progress, and you can create a custom course and set goals for yourself. I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And show you what it looks like. So you're just going to look for this button, Launch Pronunciator, and that's how you're going to get it. All right, so this is what the home screen looks like. You can see it's real basic here at the beginning. You're just going to tell it what you speak and what you want to learn. So I'm an English speaker, obviously, but let's say today I would like to learn, let's go with, well, I'll just show you these are all the languages that you can learn. And it goes both ways. So maybe one of these is your first language. You can go to English from one of these. Oh, I want to say I want to learn Latin. I studied Latin in high school. That sounds great. So what you can see here is we have a few options. We've got daily lessons, personalized courses, and a main course. So I'm going to start with daily lessons here. And you can see it's broken out into 3 skill levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Let's go with beginner because I'm a little rusty. And then you can see there's a calendar. Each one of these little hats is a lesson. So we're going to start on March the 15th, and we're going to choose that lesson. If I open this, it's going to start automatically. It'll open with an audio lesson.
Welcome to Pronunciator's Audio Assistant. Learn on the go with these streamable, downloadable lessons, each of which corresponds to a Pronunciator lesson online.
Let's begin the audio assistant for this lesson, focused on core vocabulary.
Listen to the following vocabulary words.
Videre. Tu decernis. Tu vides.
In the next few minutes, you will both understand these vocabulary words and be able to speak them yourself. Let's start by taking one at a time.
And you can see it goes on from there. These lessons and the audio lessons are typically about 5 to 7 minutes long. So this one is actually a little short. If you get into the more advanced levels, they do get a little longer. I've seen some go up as long as 9 minutes. But these are pretty cool, quick little audio lessons. And you can participate as you go along. And it'll ask you to repeat what she says. And then when you reach the end of the audio clip, you can do some quizzes. You can see the tabs up here. You can toggle between them.
Videre.
So there's usually about 8 quizzes per daily lesson. You can see them here at the top. They have multiple choice questions, matching, comprehension, phrase matches. And then it does play those audio clips along in the quizzes as well.
Tu vides.
And so you would just choose.
Tu vides.
And it gives you your grade.
Videre. Videre.
You can also go back and do lessons that you may have missed on previous days. So you can scroll through the calendar and go back and do like this one from January.
Welcome to Pronunciator's audio assistant. Learn on the go with these.
Just want to point out here that you have a few options when you're in the audio lessons as well. You can change the speed if they're talking too fast or too slow for you. You can also download this audio clip if you want to play it offline. Ooh, I don't know what I just did. Oh, okay. I'm going to skip personalized courses for right now. If you had chosen to access Pronunciator with the instant access, this is a button that you would not be seeing right now. So you won't have the option for personalized courses. We'll come back to this one in just a few minutes. But we're going to talk about a main course. Main courses are broken out by learning objective. So you see you've got core vocabulary, essential verbs, creating sentences, powerful phrases, and usually you would see one here also for conversation. Since I'm in the Latin module, obviously there's no conversational Latin, so there's no conversation learning objective. But let's click into one. We're going to do core vocabulary.
Malum.
And just take a look here. Up at the top, you have the option here. There's some menus. You can change your learning objective here. You can also change the unit.
Malum.
If you don't want to learn about architecture first, you can switch and do something different that way as well. So you can see there's different modules within this section. Listening. You're going to flip through examples. You do this it's self-paced. So each one is kind of a card and it reads out the word for you. So if we go to the next one.
Ariera.
You can replay that if you missed it by just hitting this normal button.
Ariera.
And let's say you're having trouble hearing all of the syllables maybe, and you want to slow it down. You can just play the slow version.
Ariera.
And so it gives you another chance to listen to it. Flashcards are really cool. It's exactly what it sounds like. They work just like if you had real cards in your hands. So like this would be the front of your flashcard, right? So you pull this one up and you're trying to remember what it is and you guess, and then you flip over your card and it gives you the answer. And now you say, did you get it right? If you did and you know it perfectly, you can tell that, but you're going to choose one of these smiley faces based on how well you performed on this flashcard. And it's kind of like you're sorting your flashcards into piles. Like, I know that one, so I'm going to put that one in a pile so I don't have to look that one in again. Or I don't know that one so well, I need to come back to that one again. So it'll come up again in your flashcards. Voice comparison, pronunciation analysis, and coaches on pronunciation and vocabulary, all of these three elements will need microphone permission from your web browser. So if you give it that, you can use these to actually practice your pronunciation and it will grade you on it.
Ariera.
Ariera. Ariera.
Ariera.
Ariera. So you can see it's playing the
Ariera.
Ariera. The real pronunciation.
Ordeum. Ordeum.
Immediately afterwards.
Ordeum.
This is how you say apple.
Malum.
Malum.
At the beep, tell me how to say apple.
Writing.
Malum.
Oh. Writing is a little mislabeled because it's actually typing. You would type it in. If you're studying a language that doesn't use a Latin keyboard, like our QWERTY normal keyboard, it would actually give you the special characters that you can click on here so that you don't have to figure out how to type them on your keyboard. And you can do all of these elements for any of the learning objectives and learning subjects. They all look the same.
Architettura.
One thing I do want to point out here also is that you have the option for bookmarks. So let's say you enjoyed this or you want to come back to this, you want to study it some more, you can just add a bookmark this page. You can see here I've got some saved bookmarks from previous usages. And so then you can go to those bookmarks just by clicking on it.
Manzana.
Okay, I want to go back. I want to change, oh, that would have worked. I want to change my language because I want to show you one more thing. And I want to do Spanish, Mexican Spanish this time. You'll see I have a new element here, learning guides and more. So on a lot of your major languages, you'll see this extra element. And this is some really cool stuff. Got COVID-19 essential phrases. Got some really good courses for young learners, 3 to 6 and 7 to 12. And then some preset, pre-designed courses, like 8-week travel prep would be a good course to take if you're getting ready to travel in 8 weeks. A couple beginner courses, high beginner and different levels. And then there's a healthcare course here, you know, that's targeted at healthcare providers. So these are good pre-designed courses that are already set. And again, these don't require login. These are available without registration. But I want to go here and show you in personalized courses. This is where if you register and create an account, you can create a custom course for your needs. So let's say you're getting ready to go on vacation in 6 months. You want to give yourself 6 months to learn Spanish. So we can create a course that is custom paced for your needs. So if you just click on that create button, it'll give you a couple options here. You can either choose a few topics that interest you. So like I said, let's say we're traveling. So we're going to be interested in words about hotels, food. Let's see. Travel, yes. Recreation, transportation. Great. So now that I've chosen 5 topics, I can go ahead and move on. If you don't want to do it by subject that way, you can also choose your occupation. Let's say you are a dentist who has a lot of clients who speak Spanish. So if you go down here into your occupation, you could find dental office and choose that instead. And then it's going to be a targeted course with words that are specific to your needs. Okay. So we're just going to click on next, and it's going to give us some more options here. Your skill level, let's say I'm a total beginner, age range, and then how many weeks do you want the course to last? So this you can customize here based on how intensive you want your course to be. If you needed to learn right away, make your course shorter if you have a lot of time before you need to be fluent, or if you think you're going to be really slow in picking things up, give yourself more time. So let's say 25 weeks, sure. How many new phrases do you want to do each day? So we can, again, go all the way up to 20, down to 4. I'm a little nervous about it. Maybe I'm not going to be that great. So I'm going to do 5 new phrases each day just to try and keep it low pressure. You can, if you like quizzes better than drills, you can adjust this sliding scale. One way or the other, let's say quizzes, sure. And then here, if you want to use your microphone or your webcam, you can turn those on or off here. For this course, your webcam will come in real handy if you are doing a course in sign language. Pronunciator has courses in American Sign Language and Mexican Sign Language and maybe some others, but I know I've seen those two. You'll actually film yourself on your webcam just like you would in the other languages. You would say it out loud and it would record you. It will do that with your webcam and actually film you doing the gestures. All right, we're going to set our learning goals here. I just want you to rank them 1 to 4. I'm going to say speaking is my most important, then understanding, then reading, then writing. Here you can have it send you a daily reminder via email just to help you keep up with your learning goals. It'll send you an email that says it's time to do your lesson today. Do you want to do it now? And it'll actually have a link in there. But I get too many emails, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to click on no. And then you can name your course here. So let's say, what do we say we're doing? We're working at the dentist's office, right? So we'll say dental care for Spanish. Oh, I can't type and talk at the same time. Speaking clients. And then we're going to build the course. And it'll take a minute to apply all of the settings that you put in there, but it's building a custom course based on all those settings that we just chose. All right, so now if I click on personalized courses, my course should be here. Look, my personalized courses, dental care for Spanish speaking clients. You could see there's a trash can here. If I created this by mistake, or if I finish this course, or I don't want to do it anymore, you can click on this and it will erase that course. But to open it, we just click on the name and it's going to
Déjeme ver.
take me right into the course. And as you can see, it's perfectly relevant to exactly what we told it we needed it to be, which is great. A couple of things I'm going to point out here is that you can scroll through the weeks with this menu at the top. And you can also scroll through the days. And something I want to point out here is that the days, there are only 5 days a week that it gives you. So it does give you a couple of days off. So it's kind of like exercising. You're only supposed to exercise 5 days a week. You only have to exercise your language skills 5 days a week as well. But as you can see, it looks a lot like the other course module, like the main course module or the daily lesson module. You can see it has a lot of similar operations here at the top, but it's actually paced for the way you set your goals instead of the program setting it for you. There is a handy thing here. You can export to PDF if we click on this. It actually kind of generates sort of a textbook or vocabulary list that you can follow along with. We did a large course, it was, what did we say, 25 weeks, so it's taking a minute to download it. There it is. But it doesn't give you the whole lesson. It just kind of gives you the words and the definitions. So if you're somebody who likes to have that in front of you or as a reminder to study when you're not actually doing the course, that might be something you can look into. But you can see it generates for your whole course in one PDF document. Okay, while we're in here, I want to show you a few of your settings that you have. They're going to be up here in your upper right-hand corner. There are all these icons. So you can log out by clicking on this log out button. The next one is my stats. If we click on it, you can see, oh, here we go. You can see stats for all your courses, stats for this course, stats for this level. There it goes. I didn't do anything in this level, so I don't have any grades yet. But if I did, these would be filled out and it would have statistics. You can see I have another course here that I've got an 86 going in that one. They're also here after you've done a few courses, it will show you, I don't have it on here because I haven't done anything. It'll show you a little button over here that says areas for improvement. And you can hover over that and it'll tell you areas that you're maybe not performing so well in and that you maybe should focus on to improve. Again, here you have the option to export this to a PDF and it generates kind of a printable report card. So if you're, into that kind of thing, you can do that as well. So that's my stats. Let's see, there's also a help feature here. This takes you to the Pronunciator Help Center. Has just a long list of frequently asked questions with answers. That's really helpful. Next, we have settings. There are very few here, but this is where we can tell it how many times we want it to repeat something. So you saw when it opened up an audio clip or a flashcard and they said the word one time. That's because my setting here is set to have it repeat once. If I want them instead to say it more times, I can put a different number in this blank all the way up to 5 and have them say that phrase or word multiple times. And then the checkbox here is just if you want to stay logged in and you don't want to have to log in. Definitely leave this unchecked if you're using a shared computer with somebody else who might also be using Pronunciator. But if it's just you, you can definitely check that and then you won't have to log in every time. This speaker is going to be your global volume. You can adjust it here. So if you're having trouble hearing the audio, you might check and make sure that this is turned all the way up, as well as your system volume. And then your home button is what you're going to use to go back to the beginning. This is where you would go if you want to change what language. And I'll also point out here that it has this now last time you were here, you were studying, which is really cool because it gives you these resume this course buttons that allow you to just pick up exactly where you left off. It does only give you the last 3, but most people won't do too many courses all at once, so it should be okay. You just click on that resume button and it picks up exactly where you left off.
Manzana.
Okay. That's really all I had to show you tonight on that. There's a lot going on. It's real easy to work your way through all of these courses. I'm going to go back again and show you what your options are on your languages. And again, you can choose any of these languages as your native tongue and have any of them be the language that you want to learn. So if you are an ESL student, you can choose your native language like Spanish or French and have tell it that you want to learn English, and then it will have the courses in your native language and teaching you English. But all of these languages are available in Pronunciator.